My name is Charlie McGrath, the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. For a long time, people in alternative media. For a long time, people like Ron Paul. For over 10 years, people like Judge Andrew Napolitano have been saying things like the Patriot Act are destroying the Constitution of this country. They're eroding this nation's liberty. They're turning us into a tyrannical state. Now, we've been saying on this program, on this channel, that the guns are starting to turn inwards. And they have been since 2001. Eric Holder came out today and cemented that. He absolutely etched in stone the direction this country is going when he rationalized and justified targeting, tracking, and assassinating American citizens. Of course, he's going to wrap it in the jargon of the day, the Orwellian newspeak of the day, which is, we have to weigh the possible harm of not killing this person now. Will they do more harm in the future? This is the preemption doctrine that we live in right now. The guns are turning inward. Now, in his speech to justify the government's actions in killing Alawaki, an American citizen, and his son 2 weeks later, also an American citizen, he hearkened back to 1943, when the Air Force, or Army Air Corps at that time, tracked and killed Admiral Yamamoto, the engineer, the architect of the Pearl Harbor attack. Now, the mainstream media didn't call him out on this, in the fact that, A, it was a completely legal war, a war that was declared by Congress, and he was a legitimate combatant, architect of the attack on Pearl Harbor, and a uniform-wearing enemy of this country declared by Congress. What do we have now? We have people that are on the internet, people like Alawaki who are on the internet causing problems for the central government. Therefore, we have a central government that does not like problem causers, calls them belligerent actors multiple times in this report, and kills them. Now, where else have we heard belligerent actors recently? Well, we just got to go back a few months to the National Defense Authorization Act 2012. The piece of legislation the president signed into law that gave him the power to detain you, an American citizen, without trial, without a cause, indefinitely, and maybe even torture and kill you, as long as you are a what? A belligerent actor against the central government. This is the trajectory we are on. Now, we've also seen things like the H.R. 347 recently that the Congress overwhelmingly passed. This gave the government the authority to deem any site that they want a national special security event. Therefore, if you show up as a protester, you won't be charged with some misdemeanor local ordinance. You'll be charged with a federal crime for looking for a redress of your grievances by peacefully protesting. If you disrupt one of these NSSE events, you will be charged with a federal crime. Now, just to front run this and make sure it doesn't happen in Chicago, when all these so-called leaders selling out their people of the world in a G8 summit that was scheduled to be in Chicago on May 18th and 19th, they decided to go ahead and move it into Camp David in Maryland, where it is absolutely impossible for any citizens of this country or anywhere else for that matter to show up and protest the outrageous economic conditions that are being flung to the people of the world in the name of saving the big banks. The guns are turning inward. No longer are we looking for the boogeyman under every bed. We're looking for the belligerent actors among us, American citizens that are belligerent actors, and justifying wiping them out. Stories are attached. That's all I got.